Today we are in Kirkuk for this special edition of The Interview. Our guest is Najmaddin Kareem. Thank you very much for being with us, Mr. Kareem. Now, your function is actually quite unclear right now. You are or were the governor of Kirkuk. Indeed, the central government in Baghdad, the parliament, voted for you to be sacked. That was a couple of days ago. What is the status? Are you or are you not the governor of Kirkuk?
I am the governor of Kirkuk, and I invite you to my office tomorrow. You can see for yourself and have coffee. The parliament in Baghdad did not give me confidence, vote of confidence, to take it away from me. The parliament in Baghdad has absolutely no power over appointing or removing the governor of Kirkuk. There's a special law for Kirkuk. That law still is standing, and we will continue our work to serve the people of Kirkuk.
Technically, Kirkuk depends of Baghdad. It's part of the Iraqi state led by Baghdad. How does it work as far as signatures of decisions are concerned as to anything that is about the relation with Baghdad? Do you still have the power to negotiate with them, to talk to them, to take the decisions?
I negotiate. I will run Kirkuk. I will run all the departments in Kirkuk. And we have really not had, if you know how Kirkuk operates, we have not received any budget from Baghdad since 2014, after Daesh came, actually even before Daesh came. Our security is not provided by Baghdad. It's provided by the Peshmerga forces and the Asayish forces that are part of the Kurdistan regional government. Probably half of our civil servants are paid by the Kurdistan regional government, mostly the Kurds, but also Arabs and Turkmens. The ones who are paid by Baghdad are 85 to 86% Turkmens and Arabs. So Kirkuk has been doing its work really without much help from Baghdad, except when they want to block something.
So you're telling me that basically Baghdad has no control over Kirkuk and no power here, indeed?
Well, I explained everything, so.
Why do you think Haider al-Abadi took this decision? I mean, he's the one who asked the parliament to vote, and the parliament indeed voted predominantly in favor of you losing your post.
Well, it's two things. Because we raised the flag of Kurdistan in Kirkuk on March 28, 2017. And we also, through the governing council, which is the legal body here to remove or appoint the government, by the way, we voted to participate in the referendum. We also made it clear participation in the referendum does not decide the political future of Kirkuk. The political future of Kirkuk will be decided by the people of Kirkuk through a special referendum, which actually our governing council has asked Baghdad to do it, but Baghdad replied in June of this year that they cannot do it. And this should have been done by December 31st, 2017. So Baghdad is actually responsible for all these constitutional shortcomings that's happening in Kirkuk and in all of Iraq, actually. And President Abadi, of course, wants to be elected. Prime Minister Abadi wants to be re-elected as Prime Minister next year. He has a lot of competition. So I'm not surprised he asked for that, and it happened.
What is your clear position about what should happen here? Are you, because you are in favor of a referendum that you have stated publicly on many occasions, are you in favor of an independent Kurdistan and a Kurdistan that would, of which Kirkuk would be a part?
I have struggled all my life for independent Kurdistan. And the position of governor is not, whether I have it or not, is not going to stand in the way of that belief. With regard to Kirkuk, as I explained before, Kirkuk is a special status. Kirkuk is Kurdistan. As far as geographically, historically, the land is Kurdistan. But does not, the people of Kirkuk will decide whether it will join Federal Republic of Kurdistan, if that's the name in the future, or it will become a region by itself, that's up to the people of Kirkuk. There's always a compromise. You can't, it's not an all or none situation. There's always something in between. You can work it out. And we have lived together in Kirkuk very well, despite all the people who claim that Kirkuk is a tinderbox or a time bomb and it will explode any time. But Kirkuk actually is one of the most stable provinces in Iraq today.
But there have been many problems over the years. For example, in the 90s, the government of Saddam Hussein tried to Arabize Kirkuk. That's quite well documented. Some people are now saying that the Kurds have tried to re-Kurdize Kirkuk over the past few years. There have been a lot of sectarian tensions here. There's also a lot of oil under our feet right now. Do you reckon, first, that Baghdad will let go of Kirkuk without a fight?
Kirkuk is not Baghdad's property to decide whether it will let it go or not. Kirkuk belongs to the people of Kirkuk, and the people of Kirkuk will decide. Saddam Hussein not only brought Arabs and settled them in Kirkuk, Saddam Hussein cut off half of Kirkuk, which was predominantly Kurdish, Chamchamal, Kafri, Kalar, Tuzkhurmatu, from Kirkuk, and actually added a purely Arab district, which is Zab, onto Kirkuk. But not only there has been not such policy as far as dismissing Arabs or bringing Kurds who are not from Kirkuk here, we have received and hosted over 700,000 Sunni Arabs in our city. Of them, 550,000 still remain in the city. So, you know, these accusations are untrue. It's deceiving. It's designed to give the false impression to the public opinion and also to the international community. You can go into Kirkuk and interview people, see how many Arabs have come here since Daesh appeared in January of 2014 in Fallujah and then in mass in June of 2014.
But there's another part to this question. I was saying, you know, you say Baghdad does not belong, Kirkuk does not belong to Baghdad. But the fact of the matter is this could actually spawn a new war if, you know, Baghdad does not recognize, for example, independence and decides to basically take arms. There has been some quite heated rhetoric over the past few days about potential armed conflict.
That heated rhetoric will continue and probably will get more intense until Monday of next week. But the reality is, we are in Kirkuk, everything is normal, people are living together, Kurds, Turkmens, Arabs, Christians are living together, and what I said about Kirkuk, the people of Kirkuk will decide. Kurdistan is not going to come and annex Kirkuk into future Kurdistan country or into Kurdistan region now. That's not going to happen. And that has been made clear by Kurdish leaders, including Barzani, Talabani, and I have mentioned that to you myself. The referendum is just for the people to give their opinion whether they want independent Kurdistan or not. And then the process of how that happens, how it becomes reality, will continue probably for a year and a half, or maybe even more. So these are just accusations. We're not against Baghdad, but we're not afraid of threats. And we don't look for war. We don't look to fight anybody. We look for our rights. The people of Kirkuk, regardless of what they are, Kurds, Arab, or Turkmens, or Christians, every single person's safety is important to us, and we will never do anything to subject our people to war because we have suffered enough from that.
The opposition in Erbil, is saying now that maybe this isn't the right time. As far as international backing is concerned, apart from the State of Israel, pretty much no countries are backing this referendum. What do you think? Do you think this is the time?
Well, do you think really any country will come and tell you go and break up another country? That never happens. It didn't happen in the Soviet Union when President George H. Bush gave his famous speech in Kiev and said, we are not for breakup of the Soviet Union. Ukrainian independence is national suicide. When Jim Baker told you Croatians and Slovenians, we don't encourage, we don't condone separation or breakup of Yugoslavia, and we will not reward you. Well, we have 17 countries from Soviet Union. We have, 5 or 6 from Yugoslavia, and both of Croatia and Slovenia are NATO members. I think it's wrong to expect that people will come and tell you, go and do this. But people will also deal with reality afterwards. And I think these countries, including your country, France, and United States, and all of them, and Iran, for that matter, Turkey, they probably can play a very good and constructive role after that to help how to bridge the differences, including how to deal with Kirkuk and all of that after the referendum. The referendum is not going to change anything. On the 26th of September, everything will be the same. I guarantee you, you can come and see me and you will see for yourself.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Kareem, for receiving us and answering our questions.
Thank you.
This interview is over, but you can watch it again on France24.com.